Good afternoon to everyone. Uh, First of all, today I will discuss the topics probability, or just we discussed about the introduction. So first of all, we define what is the meaning of the probability. First, we define meaning of the probability. Meaning of probability. So just you remember, probability means that is the possibility. Just you record possibility क्या है? That is represented as the probability. If we can choose possibility, and that is the events. What are the possibility of the events? Event occurs here. Event occurs. These are the concept for the meaning of the probability, that is the possibility. And of course, the events at a single of a time, that is also called as the probability. Any simple example, probability of A, we can choose here. That means A is an event. A represents as the event or outcomes. So that means in favor of A, divided by total possible outcomes. When you just remember here, in favor of A and total possible outcomes, that are the two things. Or probability is basically, that is also called as an experiment or outcomes. Event, that is one point. Outcomes, that is also one point. Sample point also is there. Sample space, also another point. Sample point also a point. And the what is event? One is say in the statement of an event. So first of all, we define what is event, what is sample space, what is sample point, what are the possible outcomes. Actually, these are the main things of the problem. So just to define what is event. Event means suppose we want to toss a coin. We want to toss a coin. The coin is called as the event. A coin is tossed. So here coin is an event, right? When coin is tossed, the possible outcomes also come here. Single toss coin, that is outcomes is head or tail. And this total is called sample space. And individual, this total is called as a sample space. And sample point, head is called sample point. tail also called sample point. This one is the concept. Just to define event, point, tossed once, then possible outcomes is head tail. And total head tail is called as the sample space. And each point is called as the sample point. The question is that what is the probability? The previously defined here probability of any number. In favor of that number, how many numbers are present, we can check. In favor of this point. In favor of A, what are the possible and total possible outcomes or sample space? Total possible outcomes. Just remember, this one is our just specific formula. Question is a coin is tossed once. A coin is tossed once. See, find the probability of head. First find probability of head. Second, find probability of tail. Just two things you remember here. So this is one example one. So a coin is tossed once. What is your answer actually? A coin is tossed. A coin is tossed here. A coin is tossed once. Then what is the head and what is the tail? How many possible outcomes are there? So first of all, his head is like this. Suppose come this head is there. Another is tail is there. Another head, another tail is there. So just to remember this condition, head is represented here and tail also represented here. Right? Then what are the total possible outcomes when you look out here? Head and tail. Outcomes is head or tail. So this is called sample space. In probability, head in favor of head. In favor of head, only one head is present here. In favor of tail, that is one tail is present here. Just to look here, in favor of head, that is one head is there. In favor of tail, there is one tail is there. So we need to find the probability of head. Probability of head we need to find here. So what happens? In favor of head? In favor of head divided by total possible outcomes. Total outcomes. That is your questions. In favor of head and total outcomes. So in favor of head is 1 and total is 2. Similarly, also we can say that in favor of tail, probability of tail. In favor of tail, by total outcomes. Then what is the in favor of head? In favor of head also 1, head in favor of tail also 1. So that is also 1 by 2. Just to remember, introduction concept is probability head when you can toss once, and this is the possibility, and toss 2 times. Probability head and probability tail here you find here. So what is the probability of head and what is the probability of tail when a coin is tossed once? You already see here. Suppose you need to toss out of this another example. A coin is tossed 2 times, right? When a coin is tossed 2 times, when a coin is tossed 2 times, right? This is a first coin tossed single once, and this is another. When it tossed a coin 2 times, that is maybe either head or that is maybe either tail. See, head is must be there, either head or tail. First, can we taken decision here, either head or tail? So here, this represent as head, and this represent as tail. This is head representation. What happens to here? We fixed head and we throw another coin. Okay, when we fixed head and just you turn the another coin, what happens? This is the another place fixed, and check here. This is fixed. Another you can discrete, and this is all 2 coins when fused like this. And this coin is produced another. This is also head or this is also tail. If you can throw another this value, then you can put here that is either head or tail. Okay, so this is either head or tail. This is the possibility. Again, this possibility also same is the tail case also. So this is also same possibility here. Check here. Either this is happening is head and this is tail, or this happening is head or this is also tail. So what are the total possible outcomes when you look out here? That is head, head. That is called sample space. Head, head, come here. Head, tail, come here. Tail, head, come here. Tail, tail. These are the possible outcomes. Total possible outcomes. So our objective here, 2 coins are tossed here, and total sample space is this value. Head, 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 tail, tail, head, tail, tail. Suppose we need to any probability or any possibilities here you searching here, probability of exactly 2 head, exactly 2 head. So you can see here exactly two head how many times here appear you see here that's one times is appear. So one in favor of exactly two heads and total is to four possible outcomes. So 1/4. This is also 1/4. And probability of exactly two tail is appears here. So you can see here that two tails only one place is there, that is one, and total is four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And probability of at least one head. So at least one head, that means 1, 2, 3. That is 3/4. Probability of at least one tail. Probability of at least one tail. That is also 3/4. So these are the possibility for case of probability of when two coins are tossed, and the different probability will come like this. Another case here also, probability of sure event and probability of another case also here, that is impossible event. Impossible event, you know the symbol. Impossible event and sure event. Impossible event means that is not possible. A sure event means you have getting the probability. Above formula we have discussed when a coin is tossed two times, when a coin is tossed one times. These are the sure event. A coin is tossed a one time, once. A coin is tossed two times. A coin is tossed three times. That is the sure event. Impossible event, that is not possible. Not possible. Event cannot do. So weekly 8 days. Weekly 8 days. That is one example of the impossible event. An impossible event always you denoted the phi symbol. That means nothing. Phi is represented, that is nothing, and nothing's the impossible events. And sure events has a probability. Find the probability. Question 1. Find the probability weekly 8 days. So in favor of weekly 8 days, that is not possible. So probability of weekly 8 days, that must be 0 because there is nothing to value. From above, whatever we discussed, a probability of head 3/4, probability 1/4, which is less than 1. Probability 1/4, that is 0.25. Just repeat it here. Probability of 0.25. 0.25, that is not equal to 1, which is less than 1. This is also 0.25, that is also less than 1. And 3, 0.75, that is also less than 1. And this is also less than 1. So when we compare this value, just to see all the probability values lies in between 0 and 1. All the probability values lies in between 0 and 1. Here, the probability of any value which lies in between 0 and 1, and the probability of 0 which represent as the impossible events, and within the other values as the shear events. Probability of the shear event. Again, when a dice is thrown once, perhaps everybody know what is dice. Dice क्या है? we are searching for the dice. Dice is thrown once. So how we have getting the dice? Suppose you search from net, what is the dice or how to find the dice? Dice means which contains the 6 face. Okay. Dice means which contains 6 face. 1 or 2 or 3. When we say dice, wow, we will discuss the dice. That is or represents 6 faces. Check. Represent here 6 face of dice. 1, 2, 3. See here 6 faces of dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the shape of dice. So when dice is contain 6 face maximum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then total sample space here, that is 1 face also present, 3 face also present, 4 face also present, 5 face also present, and 6 face also present. So total sample space is represent 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. This is our sample space. So what is the sample space when we define here? The probability of even number. Probability of even number we need here. Even number. When a dice is thrown once, dice is thrown once. Dice thrown once. Just see. Dice is thrown once. What are the possible outcomes here? There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And total sample space, you can say that is a 6. And probability even number in favor of even number. In favor of even number. Even number. Divided by total possible outcomes. Okay. So even number is 2. What are the even numbers? 2 is even number. 4 is even number. 6 is even number. So we need to find probability of in favor of even number. 1, 2, 3. Total possible outcomes is 6. So that is 1 by 2. Probability of odd number. When you can in favor of odd, you can see 3, 1, 3, 5. This is odd number. So in favor of odd number is 3 out of 6. That is also 1 by 2. Then what is the probability of prime number? Prime number. Prime number, what is the prime number here? 2 is prime number, 3 is prime number, and 5 is prime number. This is the prime number. So what is the prime number? 3 out of 6. That is 1 by 2. Okay, like this we can find the probabilities value of dice when thrown once. Okay, we'll discuss next class for dice is thrown more times or more concept here. Okay. Thank you. So we'll discuss next class.